There's a new survey out by the Federal Reserve that has found that half of all Americans don't have hardly any disposable income, even when it comes to an emergency. Now, 4 in 10 Americans are unable to cover an unexpected expense of $400 or more without resorting to borrowing money or having to sell some of their possessions. Now, this is according to, as I said, a Federal Reserve survey. Now, wait a minute here. If you listen to Donald Trump, he'll tell you that, oh my God, everything is going fantastic. Look at the stock market. The stock market is going, it's just amazing. Stocks are up. We also have low unemployment, 3.9%. Well, if that's the case, then how come 40% of Americans don't have enough money for an emergency of $400? That's insane, right? Well, okay, here's the thing. In reality, the unemployment rate is a pretty poor measure of economic growth, right? Because it doesn't count people who have stopped looking for work or people who are underemployed. Again, you could have a job and not be counted in the unemployment rate, but your job only makes $7.25 an hour, which is a starvation wage. Not only that, but speaking of wages, you have the stagnation of wages. Real wages have budged barely in the last 30 years. So the value of people's money, look, people don't make as much money as they used to in real dollar value, even though technically you make more money. So, look, it's a pretty sad situation. But then again, what about the stock market, right? Yeah, the stock market is going crazy. It's booming. I mean, that's a great economic indicator, right? I mean, thanks to these Trump tax cuts, the companies are doing awesome, and they should be creating jobs. Except, nope. That actually doesn't have anything to do with wages. Look, if you think that strong corporate profits and tax cuts correlate to higher wages and benefits and more jobs, I got bad news for you guys. It doesn't. It doesn't trickle down. Look, let me give you a couple of examples. A lot of the companies that benefited most from these tax cuts are actually cutting jobs. For example, Harley-Davidson, right? Harley-Davidson just cut 350 jobs and are opening a plant in Thailand. Carrier, another great example, always put forward by President Trump. Carrier eliminated also a couple hundred jobs. Not only that, but Express Scripts Holdings is estimated to save about $864 million from the tax law. Yet in April, they laid off 500 workers. And that's after paying about $3.3 billion in stock buybacks. And according to Reuters, Pfizer, valued at $53 billion, is now cutting 300 research jobs in New England. Pfizer is also going to save billions of dollars from Donald Trump's tax cuts. AT&T, they're planning to lay off 4,000 workers. Kimberly-Clark, they're laying off 5,000 workers, all while giving their shareholders a shit ton of money. In fact, CFO Maria Henry in a conference call said, "We anticipate ongoing cash flow benefits from tax reform." She added that Kimberly-Clark now has the flexibility to continue to allocate significant capital to shareholders during its restructuring program. We're going to allocate more capital to shareholders. Oh, you thought that was going to go to workers? No, we just fired about 5,000 of those people. Comcast, Walmart, Microsoft, all of these companies are cutting jobs. They're not adding jobs. They're not increasing pay. And that's after we gave them billions of dollars in tax cuts. And, but, to be fair, some of them did give a measly bonus. But then when they did that, they also took a majority of that money and bought back their own stocks. Now, the problem with that is that artificially inflates the stock market and has zero impact on regular working human beings. So, look, you inflate the stock market, And you keep, letting these corporations buy back their own stocks, which artificially raises their price, but they're not actually selling more. They're not actually doing better. Well, there's going to be a crash. And it's not going to be pretty. Look, the system is broken, right? This is why almost 40% of Americans cannot handle a surprise $400 bill. Now, I've been in those shoes for almost all my life. Where there was an emergency, can't do it. And look, this is because the system is broken. It is hugely broken. And Trump, he's not making it any better. Now, that's not to say Hillary Clinton would have made it better. She would have basically kept the status quo under Obama, which, yes, was okay, but it didn't actually address the real problems. And look, she would have kept it the same because the real power, the donors, don't want any change. The donors love the system as it is. They love that they can keep getting rich. It's not like the stock market was doing terrible under Obama. It was actually doing fantastic. It was, and now that Trump gave them more tax cuts, they're doing phenomenal. But it's all an illusion, and it's all a house of cards, and it's going to fall down. And when it does, all those people who can't afford a $400 emergency, they're going to find themselves fucked. Even more. Look, we're not going to fix this problem with another status quo politician. I don't have any trust in just about any politician. What we need is serious and systemic change. So we got to get rid of these corporate politicians, all of them. We need uncorrupted progressives who are going to get the money out of politics. The money is the root of all evil in this case. Because again, there are so many reasons why people cannot afford an emergency where they don't have the disposable income to be able to take care of themselves. If somebody gets sick or if there's a car that breaks down or something happens, you can't do anything about it. And no one single politician is going to be able to fix this problem because it's the system, and the system is broken, and we need to get together as a country to fix it. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.